think it's time to get started. Summer, if you'll call the roll, we'll keep this meeting moving, won't we?
Well, Commissioner Patterson?
Here.
Commissioner Norwood?
Here.
Commissioner Baker?
Here.
Commissioner Roberts? Here. Commissioner Stallings?
Here.
Commissioner Dennis?
Here.
And Mayor Mason.
Here.
All right, all present.
Tonight, our invocation will be by Minister Devin Krause and from the First United Methodist Church. And then following that, our flag salute will be by our new city attorney, Melissa Blanton. So if you would stand and remain standing.
Let us pray. God, we gather together thankful for the leaders of our community and the time and energy that they put forth to care for all of those who live in and around Enid. And for all of those working behind the scenes at odd hours to steward the community that you have blessed us with. We are all connected as your body. So give us a vision to see each other and wisdom to speak words of encouragement. We need each other. Make us accountable to one another in your love, that we would do for each other what you have done for us, to give of ourselves for the greater collective, that this community would be a beacon, a city on a hill, representing you to the world. Open our hearts to you and to each other. Open our ears to listen deeply. Open our mouths to proclaim your goodness in all we say and do together. We pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Item 3.1, consider approval of minutes of the regular commission meeting of October 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second. Please cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Item number 4, awards, presentations, proclamations, and organizational business. 4.1, present pet available for adoption at the city's Animal Welfare Department. Who's here tonight?
Tonight we have Batman.
All right.
So Batman is a 2-year-old husky. He is fully vetted, already neutered, and microchipped. He's a little timid. He wasn't treated quite right before arriving to us. So he is looking for a loving home who will give him the time to adjust and get comfortable with you. He is located in Pin 21. There we go. I forgot the PIN number. Sorry about that. But he is ready to go to a home.
All right.
Thank you.
Who can take him home tonight? Oh, maybe our new GM.
New Jim, that's what I was just thinking. We usually,
Kevin, you got the baby, get the dog.
I mean, I can do adoptions right here, right now.
Could be a Lowe's mascot.
oh, could be.
Oh, I like
Could be. Well, I'll just tell you, we're not going to finish tonight until somebody takes that dog. No. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for bringing him in. Hope somebody adopts him. 4.2, recognition of the Railroad Museum of Oklahoma. I asked staff to put this on. You know, as mayor, every once in a while you get to do some really, really neat things. And I had been asked to go out to the Railroad Museum here in Enid, which I had never been before. I'd seen it over there, but I'd never taken time to go do that. So the day before, I called my son and said, hey, why don't you bring the 2 grandboys, my grandboys, and we'll go to this thing. I've got to say a few words, do a proclamation, all that. I was amazed just how great that museum is. They have got a lot of stuff. I think it would really compare to anywhere that you went if you're into trains. And they have several rooms, big buildings of nothing but electric trains. that you can go out there and just watch, and they can tell you all about those trains. But what they're celebrating this year is 100 years of locomotive 1519. That's the name of the locomotive. There were only a few of them made, but that locomotive is right here in Enid now, parked out back. And they are about, just within the next month, supposed to start a paint process to completely redo it, make it look nice. I will tell you though, that might have been some of the nicest people I've ever come across. Took my grandkids, let them get up on the trains and look around, just things they wouldn't normally get to do. So this is a picture of that train that's out there. And I encourage you to go out there, and don't just go out there, but take your kids and your grandkids. I'll be honest, I think it's $6 to go through the whole museum. It's not very much money at all, but it is a good cause and a wonderful museum, and I think it's a hidden jewel right here in Enid that we don't utilize. So that's why I had them put it on the agenda, and I've got the microphone. So go out there and see this stuff, especially you folks that, there's nothing to do in Enid. I promise you, there is a lot to do if you'll just search it out. Sir?
Just one thing, the steam engine they're now going to renovate, a lot of folks, if you go way back, that was a steam engine that was parked just north of St. Mary's for
Yes.
years and years and years before the flood. So that's one that climbed up as a kid before they put the fence up, which it's a great view from up top.
Yeah, 300,000 or 400,000 pounds that they moved on the back of a truck to get it down there. So it's a great museum. I encourage you to go. Okay. Item 4.3, recognition of the City of Enid Employee of the Month for October 2025.
Always one of the very most enjoyable things for me to do is recognize the Employee of the Month. I get to do it again for the month of October. J.C. Keller, would you come on up here? And Gary? And Alan? I want to say that every employee that we recognize up here has earned this recognition in one way or another. And JC's no different. She works hard every day. She's worked for us, I think, for several years. Alan's going to talk about it. And Gary, but specifically, something happened in the last couple of weeks that highlights one of the primary roles of animal welfare in Enid, Oklahoma, and that's to protect the public. And there was a dangerous dog that was attacking a woman who's still in the hospital. And so I think that's part of why you're being recognized, but you're also an outstanding employee every day. So I want to let Alan and Gary talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Officer Keller responded to a female being attacked, or a family being attacked by a very aggressive dog. Upon arrival, she saw the dog. He was on top of the female. It was a very vicious attack. I'm not going to describe any of the scene, but without hesitation, she went in and pulled the dog off the females. That way our first responders or medical people could get in there and get the 3 people out. They all had to be transported to Oklahoma City because of their wounds, their injuries. Officer Keller displayed her actions that day, displayed true bravery. In my opinion, I think she saved some lives that day, and that's just a true example of service to our community, and I'm very proud to be one of her supervisors.
JC did an outstanding job that day. She arrived, first one on the scene before the police department got there, and the police department they told me when they got there, they had their pistols out, and she's out there by herself. And she secured the dog off the people and secured the scene so they could get medical teams in there to help the people. So you did a good job, JC. Thank you so much.
Well, come on up. I want to give you this plaque. And suitable, look good on the wall out there or wherever you want to put it. And give you this coin about telling you you're a most valuable player for the city of Enid. So again, it takes courage to do what you did, and thank you very much, and your opportunity to say whatever you want to say. Thank you for being an outstanding employee.
Thank you.
Item 4.4, recognize the Lowe's team for community service, painting and improving the Southern Heights Community Center. And Commissioner Norwood, if you'd like to go down, I know that this was more your project, so Gerald and I can go down there with you. If that's all right?
Yes,
You
sir.
can kind of tell them what to do.
All right. Very cool.
Let's have all that team come up to the front, by the way. Crowd in there, anywhere you can get.
We're also going to have some of the members of the Southern Heights Community Organization come up as well. What had happened was me and Merle Cordery, the manager of Lowe's, we had lunch together one day, and he asked me if I knew of an organization that needed some improvements done to their building. And I told Merle, I said, yes, the Southern Heights Community Organizational Building. And we began to talk about it, and he came out and assessed the building and what was needed, and he went beyond what we had discussed, Mayor. We just talked about a few things, but you know, he just poured out his spirit of love, and man, it was hard to take. You know, the man brought me to tears. And the community and the uplift of what you all have done in this community, it's amazing. I mean, he brought the workforce. All of them aren't here tonight. They came in and power washed the building and painted the whole outside, painted the inside, put in ceiling tiles, put in new lighting, put in baseboards, installed toilet stools, and repaired some other things that needed to be repaired on the outside. They put in a steel door and new windows and framed the outside, and maybe some things that I had forgotten to say anything about, but it's amazing what has been done. And also, you know, we've talked a little bit further, and we're going to do a few other things. And they also put up new railing and all the new walkways. And the Masonic Lodge sign, they took and refurbished it and cleaned it up, repainted it, and then reinstalled it. I mean, there's a lot of work that was done to that building. And as a contractor, I sat down and I estimated about the amount of money that was spent. It was over $12,000 on what they had done. You know, if I hired someone to do that type of work. So, you know, it's just amazing to our community, and it's a great example. And I appreciate all the work that you all have done. And Merle, he's here, and however you want to do this, Mayor.
Merle, come on up. You want to talk?
No, just, you know, it's great to have a great team around us. And honestly, you know, it was a community project. We talked to Commissioner Norwood and saw what needed to be done. And I'm blessed to work with a lot of great fellow associates that were willing to step up and get it done. So, I mean, everyone helped with it, so no question about it. So,
Good.
just proud of the folks, and honestly, it was great to help the people there too. Just the stories and the way you guys welcomed us in. I know we disrupted your life for an entire day, but you know, I don't think we got about 50 hugs and the 50 thank yous, and we actually got some good food too. So can't go wrong with that. So I think it'd be easier to get volunteers again with the kind of food we got served. So it was, can't lie.
You know, probably the thing that I think about is, I've always said I think a community is only as good as its people. But I think you can take that even a step farther where we're only as good as our volunteers. Because there are always groups, individuals, organizations out there that need help. And I just commend this group. You work hard. You've got home lives. You don't have to go out on a Saturday or an extra day and do that, but you did. And I want you to know we recognize that. We appreciate it. And a year ago, February, whenever I did the State of the City address, my theme was, what's my part? Right? Because I was asking people, what are you going to do for our community? What are you going to do? What am I going to do? Right? So that being said, I have these buttons printed up, and I've got them right here behind you. I'm going to give everybody one because I know that y'all like buttons on those vests, right? So it says, what's my part? They did their part.
Yeah.
They stood up and they did their part. So every time I'm out there at Lowe's, and I'm out there a lot, I want to see somebody's got this button on out there. Okay? I got a lot, sir. Sorry. And Joe, I think you wanted to say this. Well, that's two of them. There we go. There's no charge. Huh? Yeah.
Hey, while the mayor's finishing passing those out, we got something else for you, too, that goes along with the same theme. It's a Friend of the City coin. And, of course, it's got our logo. It's FOC. That means Friend of the City. If you look at the back, I kind of took a saying that's famous from about the 60s from one of our past presidents, and I made it fit the city. Ask not what your city can do for you, but tell us what you can do for your city. And that's exactly what Lowe's and their team did for the Southern Heights Community Center. So I want to give all of you guys one of these coins. And they are suitable for collecting. They work, oh, you got one. They work really well with your pen. Did you get one? Okay. All right, if everybody's got one, then we'll go. Who doesn't have one? And I want to, you guys are friends of the city. Okay. Thank you for everything you did. And I can't wait to get over there. I've seen pictures. Did everybody get one?
Great. Cool. Thanks, son. All right. Hey, let's give them a big round of applause. Eric, you want to get a picture? You're ready? We may have to get more friendly.
You guys got to be in the picture too. Absolutely. Come on.
Let's turn around this way, everyone.
Come on in. You guys got to be in the picture too. Well, I was going to be the front.
Casey, why are you hiding behind Merle? Get up.
You get plus points for that.
All right, here we go.
Hit it? Thank you all.
Thank you. It was fulfilling for us every day.
Look, we're not gonna let it go without you.
I
give you a hard time.
I'll see you again.
Oh, yeah, well, they had a car driver
Cynthia.
Yep. They gotta use it, that's the rule. We gotta use it. We gotta use it. You got it.
I was taking it, but no, I wasn't.
That was very well done. Well done. Deserve a big shout out. 3 days.
Good news, it's about to get a lot quieter.
Just in time. I know. Okay. Another item that I'm excited about tonight, item 4.5, introduce new Stride Bank Center General Manager Kevin Frusty. Did I say it? Fruski. 2 ways to do it, and I went the wrong way, yeah. And Gerald, you want to start off, or you want to?
Yeah, Kevin, come on up to the microphone. This is commonly known as show and tell. So come on up here, turn around. We appreciate this is day 2 for you on the job. Kevin's come to us. He worked for a couple places simultaneously at the same time in Tulsa. You did a wonderful job there. The job was attractive to you. I think you've already moved to town, and did I hear you? The newspaper reported you bought a house.
We're renting a house.
Okay, you're renting a
We did find a
house.
house to live, which is important. So.
Awesome. Well, hey, we appreciate having you here, and I know Kevin Brisky is going to be here. I think he is here to train you. He's just very bashful tonight. He didn't want to show up.
Yeah, he wanted to just put me to the wolves and said, you can handle it. So, yeah, so a little about me. So, yeah, moving here with my wife and my 8-month-old son, Wayne. So they're still in Tulsa because we're selling our house. But, yeah, we have found a place to live. So obviously excited to get with the team and get going. As Gerald said, I'm on day 2. So obviously it's an exciting time. I know we got some great stuff ahead, and I hope to kind of further improve the place and make it a great place for the community. And I'm open to suggestions, and my office will be open, and I will welcome calls and emails, and happy to take time to get introduced into the community. I know I got lucky. I saw Frank a couple weekends ago on the sidewalk, and I ran into the mayor at Cafe Valor this morning. So I'm just trying to get myself involved in this community, and I'm excited, and I know my wife is too, to be a part of Enid since we're new. So open to recommendations, I'll say for sure. But yeah, excited to get going for sure.
Do you have a fenced yard in Pheasant Run?
I do. So I should mention, we do have a dog, so I don't, for Vera's sake, I can't adopt that dog. So I apologize if that was a prereq for taking this job, but I can't adopt that dog.
Where you were going, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, Kevin, we're glad you're here, and we're expecting big things over there, and I think you'll make a lot of strides, so thank you.
Unintended?
I know, pun unintended, yeah. 4.7, presentation and proclamation and recognition. No, wait, I skipped 4.6, I'm sorry, let me back up. Present a proclamation in recognition of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And I think I'm going to give it to you.
Okay, let's do that.
If that's all right. So if you'll meet me down there, I'll read this. Courtney, domestic violence is a lot more prevalent than we even realize, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
And
is.
I was thinking when I was sitting up there earlier about how easy it is for us to do a proclamation and me to stand up and read it. But the YWCA does the heavy lifting on that, right?
Yes, we're the boots on the ground response to
Yes.
victims of domestic violence and sexual assault and stalking.
So when those wives and young kids come in,
Yes.
despite what they've seen, you're the go-to place,
Yes,
right?
we'll work with them to keep them safe and heal from that abuse and hopefully thrive into a safer, better life. So I appreciate the city and this community really taking this issue seriously and bringing awareness to this, especially in October, but really all year round, this community has been very supportive of our citizens as well as the YWCA.
Good, good. So I want to read this. It says, whereas Domestic Violence Awareness Month traced its roots to the Day of Unity, an initiative first launched by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence in 1981, and whereas domestic violence continues to be a serious and pervasive crime, leaving profound lifelong impacts upon millions of women, men, and children, and jeopardizes the future well-being of families and of our communities. And whereas upholding the right of survivors and offering meaningful support to survivors not only restores individual trust, but also builds trust in the system intended to help and protect, which promotes safety, healthier, and more resilient communities. And whereas ending domestic violence requires the guidance of survivors' voices and the leadership and collaboration efforts of elected officials, healthcare providers, businesses, educators, faith leaders, and other community allies. And whereas the Enid Police Department and other local law enforcement agencies partnering with victim services organizations play a critical role in opening pathways for survivors to access resources, champion justice for survivors, and giving survivors a voice in the community. Now, therefore, I, David M. Mason, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Enid, do hereby recognize October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So, thank you.
Again, thank you guys, and I do want to say that it's very likely that somebody watching this tonight is experiencing abuse or maybe knows someone who is. So if you are and need assistance from the YWCA, please call or text us 24/7, 580-234-7644. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, 4.7, present a proclamation in recognition of Code Enforcement Appreciation Month. And Scott, if you'll come up.
You okay to bring the tea?
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody you got?
We tried to bring as many as we could.
Bring the important people?
Yeah. Well.
So I know there's been a lot of things in the media here lately about code enforcement. The reason we do code enforcement is it's not just for the people that either own a building or live in a home. They may not own that forever. So when that property's sold, it's important that that wiring be right, the plumbing be right, so that when the next owner comes along, they're not all of a sudden in an unsafe environment. Or that our public's going into a building or a facility that's unsafe. So the work y'all do, I know is not glamorous. You get a lot of pushback. But I want you to know that this commission has made it our purpose to start cleaning up properties around town. And that's something that has been too long not addressed. And we're going to do that. So we've put a lot of pressure on y'all to start doing that. And I want you to know we're behind you. We appreciate you. And don't back up, because we're not going to as a commission. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So I want to read this proclamation. Whereas code enforcement officers provide for the safety, health, and welfare of citizens living in the community throughout the city of Enid through the enforcement of building, zoning, housing, environmental, property maintenance, and other codes and ordinances. And whereas code enforcement officers are dedicated, well-trained, and highly responsible individuals who take their job seriously and are committed to promoting life, safety, and improving neighborhood aesthetics in the course of their daily job. And whereas building a relationship and knowledge of the community is an integral part of a proactive and professional code enforcement approach. And whereas effective and professional code enforcement officers can have a major impact on the property values, the image of our community, and quality of life of its residents, as well as shaping the community's understanding of local government and the municipal experience. And whereas October is set aside to honor and recognize our code enforcement officers, an opportunity to highlight the contributions these individuals have made to the quality of our communities, and whereas many valuable contributions are made by the code enforcement officers throughout our city. Now therefore, I, David M. Mason, by virtue of the authority vested in me as a mayor of the city of Enid, do hereby proclaim October 25th as Code Appreciation Month. So thank you all very much for what you do.
I just want to appreciate these guys. I appreciate everybody kind of giving us, understanding what we do, understand that we're not just here to be the bad guys, but we do want the betterment of the community, and that's what we are here for. So if you see these guys out in the field, thank them. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. You on a button? No? Okay.
I think they're doing their part already.
Item 4.8, update on Veterans Week activities. And I think this might be Ms. Elaine Johns.
Good evening. Well, it's an exciting week in Enid, Oklahoma for November 1st through the 11th. We're excited about what's going on. We are the most patriotic city in Oklahoma, and so we're excited about everything that's happening. November 1st is the Ride to Remember. That is a 100-mile ride that goes to various military sites. I think they're going down by Guthrie, Kingfisher, some other areas, and they'll end up at the American Military Heritage Museum at Oakwood Mall for a ham and bean fundraiser. So if you're hungry for ham and beans, come out and see us 12 to 3. We'll have some 50s music going on, have a lot of people going in and out. But it's an exciting day. That kicks off our celebration. On the 4th, we will have a tree planting at Vance Air Force Base. We're excited about that. We've invited our resident POW, 103-year-old R.D. Lawrence, to attend that event. We put up a yellow ribbon to remember those that serve, and a black ribbon for those that are missing in action or been held as POWs. So it's an MIA POW recognition time. So we're excited about that. Eventually, the road leading into Vance Air Force Base will just be lined with beautiful oak trees. And I believe this is our 4th year to do that. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, 4th year. So on the 5th, there is a free meal for veterans at First Baptist Church, and our speaker is the son of a Northwest Oklahoma soldier who was shot down and evaded capture, and was smuggled back to safety by a French family. And so we're excited he's going to be there. We've also extended another invitation to one of our legislative members to talk about issues that affect our veterans. So we haven't heard back if he's going to come or not. On the 6th, it's really exciting. We have a 350-member gospel choir that's going to come. They're women that represent churches from all over the state of Oklahoma. They'll be coming to Enid, to the Stride Bank Center. We have several events at the Stride Bank Center this season. And so they're going to do about an hour and 15-minute concert. It'll be patriotic and gospel in nature. There's some exciting things that are going to happen in the middle of that. Our junior ROTC will be involved in that. Our Kiowa Black Leggins will come up and present colors. We've extended the invitation to Miss Leona Mitchell to sing the national anthem. We just think those ladies ought to hear some of Enid's best. And so we're excited. We hope that she will accept that invitation. And then we also have another special portion of that when we recognize our veterans for their service through the service songs. And they're including Space Force. So I'm looking for a Space Force veteran, if you know of any, sir. Then November 8th is the Veterans Day Parade. We're excited about that. It's always a big event. It will start at 10 o'clock downtown, and our grand marshals are representatives of the Army, Navy, and Marines. We are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Army, Navy, and Marines. And so there are 3 grand marshals for that parade. Jack Toney will represent the Army. Doug France, after much pleading, will represent the Marines, our former mayor. And then Jerry Bourne, a Operations Crossroad, the nuclear weapons testing in the Bikini Islands. He was there for part of that. He will be our representative for the Navy. So it's going to be a great parade. We encourage everybody to come out, rain or shine, freeze or sun, come out and support the veterans. Those that serve give us the freedoms to be able to do this. It's our chance to recognize them. So I encourage everybody to come to that. From 9 to 4, Vance Air Force Base spouses are having their annual craft fair at the Expo Center. And so that will be going on. I would encourage everybody to go after the parade and go shop till they drop. And then at 6 o'clock, the Copycat Crooners are putting on like a USO type tour at the Stride Bank Center. And so that's led by Kathy Nulf and a lot of talented people that will be sharing their music abilities at that. That starts at 6 o'clock at the Stride Bank Center. Then November 11th on Veterans Day, Scott Morris will be leading our event to recognize veterans from all over the state of Oklahoma. So a couple of them are surprises, so we can't share who our Legacy Award recipients are. Our colonel will be introducing our guest speaker, Getner Drummond, who will be speaking at that event. And we are going to have a special celebration to honor the 250th anniversary of our services with a cake cutting. And so our colonel will be giving a toast. Our Marines will bring a saber and they'll cut the cake because their birthday's the closest. It's November 10th. And then we will have cupcakes to pass out to people that are attending that. We also have, for lack of a better word, communion cups so that everybody can be involved in the toast. Our guests at the tables will have their cups and drinks, but everyone who attends will have a little communion cup so they can also be involved in that toast. So we've got a lot of great things planned for that. We're excited about doing it and can't wait for the week to begin.
Okay, very good.
Any questions?
I do have. If you wanted to be in the Veterans Day Parade, who would you need to contact?
David Jackson is leading up the Veterans Day Parade. That is the noon ambucks. So if you know anybody on the noon ambucks, the AM ambucks are actually serving the lunch to the veterans on Wednesday. There are a lot of groups that are participating in this. It's not just the Wall of Honor. It's community-wide celebration. And, gosh, lost my train of thought. There was one more thing I was going to, oh well. Just like I forgot, I was watching the Thunder get all their rings, and Derek sent me a message and said, Elaine, are you coming? I went, yeah, I'll be right there. So anyway, it's going to be a great event. We hope you can all attend.
Cool. Okay. Don't go anywhere. I'll read it from them.
I was, one of Enid's homegrown was actually helping to pass out those rings. Lori Coonrod's daughter was there passing out the rings to all the players. They had a huge celebration with the raising of the banner, and sorry, I just got caught up. And
Exciting. I think she might have got a ring too.
yeah, I think she did.
The canvas.
Elaine, come on up here to the mic.
I never thought it would happen.
I know that you're someone that does not like a lot of recognition, but you deserve it. You deserve a lot of recognition for everything you do. What people don't realize is that most communities have a Veterans Day event. We have a Veterans Day week that is jam-packed and full. Everything from motorcycle rides to planting trees to speeches, parades. I mean, it is an event. And that's all because of Elaine Johns. Elaine, well, there's other people involved, but you kind of spearhead that. Elaine was also inducted sometime back into the Military Hall of Fame here in Oklahoma. And it's my understanding the only civilian ever inducted into that because of her service. So, one of two. There's two? Two? Pretty cool. When I'm the mayor, I get to tell these stories anyway. I don't want to claim it. With that being said, I've got a commendation that I want to read and we want to give to you, but you've also been working at this for 25 years. 25, did I get that one right? Close? Okay. Okay. So let me read this. It says, whereas, in behalf of the city of Enid and citizens of our community, we extend this heartfelt commendation and our deepest gratitude to the Woodring Wall of Honor and Veterans Park, Inc., understanding 25 years of unwavering service to our veterans. Your dedication over the past quarter century has made a profound and lasting impact on the lives of those who have served our nation, and your commitment stands as a shining example of selfless service and compassion. Whereas, throughout the years, you have consistently demonstrated genuine care for the well-being of our veterans. Your legacy is evident in enlistment of Oklahoma's official Vietnam War Monument, M.L. Becker Educational Center, and the American Military Heritage Museum. Your tireless advocacy through thoughtful support and steadfast leadership have helped countless individuals navigate the challenges of life after service, ensuring they receive the respect, resources, and recognition they deserve. Whereas your professionalism, integrity, and empathy have inspired both colleagues and the veterans you serve. You have gone above and beyond, not only fulfilling your duties, but also mentoring our next generation, preserving our military heritage, and fostering a culture of inclusion and support. Whereas, as we honor your 25 years of service, we celebrate not only your remarkable achievements, but also the spirit of patriotism you embody every single day. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to our veterans, for your leadership, and for being a guiding light in our mission to serve those who have served us all. We look forward to many more years of your valuable contributions in the most patriotic city in Oklahoma. Therefore, I, David Mason, Mayor of the City of Enid, do hereby commend and recognize Woodring Wall of Honor and Veterans Park, Inc. So we'll give you this. And, wait, I'm not done. So sometime back when you were inducted in the Military Hall of Fame, the Oklahoma Military Hall of Fame, we had something put together for you, and then you went and broke your foot, right? And didn't show up, or couldn't show up.
And my leg.
And your leg.
And my ankle.
But it wasn't done on purpose, right? Because I know you don't like
It was all
recognition.
done for the cause.
Okay. So we've hung on to that. And we've got this proclamation that we put together. It's got Elaine's picture up here. It's got my coin in the front and back of the city coin. And then the proclamation right here. So we want to give you that and a big round of applause.
Yeah.
They should know better than to give me the mic.
That's true.
No, we can't do what we do if we didn't have a lot of great team members that help. We have one of the best boards that we've ever had. We've got Steve Nicewander, who is dedicated to opening that museum every time their doors are open. And we couldn't do what we do without those volunteers. So in behalf of the Wall of Honor and the volunteers and the board of directors, we thank you for your recognition.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. One more round of applause.
Nice.
Hey, wait a minute, I want to give you a button too. Elaine, all we need is another 25 years, and we'll let you go after that, okay?
I'll go get my hair dyed.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, I'm going to go on to 4.10 now. We've got one item left off of the study session that I want to go over, and Brooke, you're going to come up and do that. This is an update on the water service line inspection. But before you start, you know, we spent almost an hour on recognitions. I think that's a great problem to have. That's like going to a school and recognizing all the A students, and it takes a long time. That ought to tell you something. And that ought to tell you something about our community also, that we have a lot of people that need to be recognized that step up above and beyond. So, anyway, all you.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. I want to give a real quick information on water service line inspections in Enid. We have 22,000 service lines in the city of Enid, and we are inspecting them because the EPA and the ODEQ have mandated that all cities are required to locate and document every water service line in their systems. The goal of the inspections are, one, to identify what materials the service lines are made of, to find any lines that are made from unsafe or corrosive materials, then to create a plan to replace those lines that do not meet safety standards. And then the final one is to secure federal funding to help pay for the replacement of those lines. To help us do that, we have got some consultants coming to town the week of November 17th through the 21st. They're coming out from General Dynamics. They will hit the ground and inspect approximately 500 service lines in those days. There's no cost to the city on that. The EPA is paying for that as well. The area they're going to inspect is largely the downtown area of Enid, north of Garriott, south of Pine, not heading quite as far west to Van Buren, but we're going to hit as many of those as we can. We gave them 950 meters, but they think they can hit at least 500 in those days. To make sure the public is aware of what's going on when we're out there running around, we have a public notification plan, and we're going to notify residents, business owners of the inspection by placing door hangers on each property. The door hangers will have a QR code that can be scanned, and it will go to city website that will give additional information about this program, and it will also offer translations. It'll have English versions, Spanish versions, and Marshallese versions of that flyer.
Very good.
That is pretty much it.
Cool. Okay. Questions? Concerns? Thanks, Brooke. Appreciate it.
90 seconds with your Public Utilities Director. Good job.
He's sitting there thinking if I would have gone ahead and let him go on earlier, he could have been out of here. I know. Okay. Item 5.1, Administration. Consider an ordinance amending the Enid Municipal Code 2024, Title 6, Motor Vehicles and Traffic, Chapter 7, General Miscellaneous Rules to rename and amend Section 6-7-13, Transportation of an open container of alcoholic beverages, to Transportation of an open container of alcohol beverage or marijuana, to include a definition of marijuana, to add a prohibition on transporting an open container of marijuana, providing for repealer, saving clause severability, state law reference, and codification. Mandy?
Good evening, Commissioner, Mayor. We're bringing this ordinance back. It was originally presented at the last study session. We're bringing this to you today due to a change in an upcoming change in state law. Beginning November 1st, this law will take effect at the state level. Specifically, it is going to outlaw consuming marijuana or inhaling secondhand smoke while driving, as well as transporting any open containers of marijuana in a passenger vehicle. It leaves intact the original alcohol restrictions on open containers. It's just adding the marijuana specifically due to the recent changes in state law. We do have Sergeant Buck here with us as well if you have any additional questions, and we would recommend approval of this ordinance for public safety. So are there any questions?
I think we've looked at this before, obviously.
I'd move to approve.
I have a motion to approve.
Second it.
And I have a second. Please cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. 5.2, consider an ordinance amending the Enid Municipal Code 2024 Title 6 Motor Vehicle and Traffic, Chapter 12 Vehicle Impoundment to rename and amend Section 6-12-3 Arrest and Detention of Driver to towing a vehicle from roadway to specify the instances in which an officer can have a vehicle towed, providing for repeal or saving clause, severability, state law references, codification, and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance was also presented at the last study session for review. This is not adopting any new state law. The state law that's been in place is just simply an organizational effort to clean up our ordinances to clarify situations where officers can tow vehicles from the roadway, specifically highlighting and adding when the officer has probable cause that the vehicle has no insurance as required by state law, or the driver has no driving privileges under state law. This is being asked to pass with an emergency, which will require 2 votes due to it already being current law, so that we can get this in effect and get our officers the authority to impound when those conditions are called for, to improve public safety and encourage compliance with state law, insurance and licensure requirements.
Okay, any questions? I think we've looked at this one.
Do we have to vote twice or just?
We are, but the first time we're going to vote, I'll take a motion to pass the ordinance, and then we're going to come back afterwards, and I'll look for a motion for the emergency.
Okay, I move to pass the ordinance.
I'll second.
Motion and second, please cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. I'll now look for a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Move to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
I have a motion
Second.
and second. All right, please cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Thanks, Mandy. Item 5.3, consider an emergency resolution ratifying, approving, and confirming the actions taken at the May 20th, 2025 regular city council meeting related to the termination of the Family Dollar lease and the sale of the city-owned property to Hammer Williams Company. Authorizing the mayor, city manager, city clerks, and other appropriate city officials to take all other action as may be necessary to consummate, thank you. Wow, that's a big one. To closing of the sale. Did you write this?
I did, with the help of another attorney, so there you go.
All right,
A lot of
good to
words
know.
tonight for you, Mayor. Yes. Thank you,
Yeah.
Commissioners and Mayor. So this item kind of follows nicely from Scott Morris's presentation earlier. You saw all the steps that we need to take to finalize the closing of the sale. So the resolution will do a couple of things. It will basically just reaffirm the lease termination agreement that was approved, as well as the purchase and sale agreement that was approved, both of those on May 20th. You've already taken action on this. We are required to go through some extra steps for the title insurance company for the closing of the sale, so that this resolution will approve those 2 things, verify those 2 things, and then allow the mayor, city manager, others, as you saw, it was very broad, so that we can take whatever further action is needed so that we can finalize within the timeline needed for that sale. And this also is a request for that emergency so that we can get this in place immediately for whatever action needs to be taken next.
Okay, all right. Any questions, comments? I'll look for a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Please cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0, and I'll now look for a motion to vote on the emergency clause.
Move to approve the emergency clause.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Consummate. All right. Item number 6, consent, paying the bills.
Move to approve consent items.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Please cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Okay, I'm going to go to item number 7, recess to convene as the Enid Municipal Authority. All trustees of the Enid Municipal Authority are present for this meeting. Item 9.1, consider entering into an agreement between the City of Enid and the Enid Municipal Authority, or EMA, for the payment of Jordan O'Reilly's workers' compensation judgment by the EMA with reimbursement over 3 years.
Good evening. I'm Vanessa. I work in the legal office and I handle the work comp claims for the City of Enid. Before you tonight is a companion item to the 6.8 that was just passed for Mr. O'Reilly regarding his settlement in the work comp claim in the amount of $20,736. As you may be familiar, that the City of Enid has a municipal code allowing work comp judgments over $20,000 to be placed on the judgment rolls and levied as an increase in ad valorem taxes. You'll also see in your attachments here for Mr. O'Reilly, he has signed his judgment over to the EMA. If the EMA is willing to agree and accept the purchase of the assignment of the judgment, the payment will be made in full by the EMA, and the EMA will be reimbursed through the collection of the ad valorem taxes with interest over the next 3 years, starting in 2027, ending in June of 2029. So we would need a vote.
Okay. Questions? I'll look for a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Item 9.2, consider entering into agreement between the City of Enid and the Enid Municipal Authority, or EMA, for the payment of Todd Felber's workers' compensation judgment by the EMA with reimbursement over 3 years.
Same as the last one. So Mr. Felber's is a companion item to the 6.9 consent item that was passed. He has also signed over his judgment to the EMA for his worker compensation award in the amount of $36,054. You'll see his agreement that has been signed over to the EMA in your packet. If the EMA agrees to purchase and accept, the judgment will be paid in full by the EMA, and the EMA will be reimbursed through the ad valorem taxes over the next 3 years, starting in 2027, ending in 2029.
Okay.
Move to approve item 9.2.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. All right, thank you. Item 9.4, approval of claims in the amount of $1,307,000. Did I miss one?
9.3.
Oh, okay. I'm struggling tonight, Summer.
Great.
9.3, consider a resolution increasing the 2025-2026 physical financial plan for the Enid Municipal Authority in the amount of $200,000. And I think this is just moving money, isn't it, Gerald?
Yes, there was an item previously in the consent item 6 that is funded, and so this is part of the shell game of moving money around. EMA is actually funding it, but we've got to increase that budget too. So that's what this item does.
Any questions on that? Comments? I'll look for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve 9.3.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Now 9.4, approval of claims in the amount of $1,374,226.29.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Item number 10, adjourn to convene as the Enid Economic Development Authority. All trustees of the Enid Economic Development Authority are present at the regular meeting. 12.1, approval of claims in the amount of $200,000.
Move to approve.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second. Cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Item number 13, adjourn to convene as the Enid Public Transportation Authority. All trustees are present of the Enid Public Transportation Authority for this regular meeting. Item, turn the page. 15.1, approval of claims in the amount of $753.59.
Move for
So moved.
approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Cast your ballots. Motion passes 7-0. Number 16, adjourn to reconvene as the Enid City Commission. Item number 17, public comment. Mr. Justin Rhodes, if you'll come to the mic, state your name and your address, and sir, you've got 1 minute.
Justin Rhodes, 210 West Main. Back around October 2nd, the fifth seal was opened, and Charlie Kirk was seen underneath the throne. The fifth seal targets the kings of this world and the mighty men, and they're targeted with the wrath of God. If we're taking any orders from these people, we need to repent, because there'll be volcanoes, storms, not only on the earth, but in the heavens. And from now on, we'll have something to see in the heavens, light shows we've never seen before, as well as strange things happening in the earth. This is done on a measured basis so that we may repent and study to show ourselves approved by knowing what the Lord wants us to do.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you. The only other person I have on this list is Mike Wright. Mike, if you'll come to the podium, give your name and address.
Yes, I'm Mike Wright. I live at 2105 Maple Leaf Circle. So a couple years ago, I came to you and asked you if you would consider dedicating a street to Paul Allen. I called it the Paul Allen Drive. I later came back and wanted to call it the Paul Allen Parkway. Recently, several citizens came to me and asked me what happened to the idea, and I told them that apparently the city commission didn't consider it a worthwhile project and that it was not followed up on, and they were sorely disappointed. That's not the reason I'm here tonight, really, is I'm here tonight because the first quarter century of my business career, I worked as a consultant making businesses profitable. Several citizens have come to me recently frustrated with the Stride Center and asked me, what can we do to help the Stride Center? So this is our offer. We want to start the Stride Center Task Force, get volunteers. We'll include Kevin. We'll take it apart, put it back together, and try to at least make it to break even. We're not charging a fee. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, item number 18, executive session. 18.1, consider convening into executive session pursuant to 25 Oklahoma Statute number 307B1 to discuss employment, hiring, or appointment of an individual salaried public official or employee, specifically the municipal judge, and reconvene into regular session to take any necessary action to include hiring of a municipal judge. So I will look for a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Motion?
Second.
And a second. Please cast your ballots. We are in an executive session. We'll go upstairs.